I discovered clowning when one day I was walking on the side of the road in Mauritius and it started to rain. So I hitchhiked and I was picked up by this Russian couple who had been big corporate lawyers in Moscow. Yeah. And then he'd met her on Tinder and said, I want to run away to Mauritius and become a magician. I've learned some tricks on YouTube.
That's amazing.
Do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
And she said, what the heck? I think as soon as she got there, she realized what she'd done. And they just fought all the time. I hope they're not watching this. And I'm pretty sure they are definitely not together anymore.
Yeah.
But they picked me up and he really liked Burning Man and I'd gone to Africa Burn. So we were like, oh my God, yeah, man, we're like brothers, Burner brothers. Yeah. And then I said I wanted to be an actor and he said, well, we're starting a circus and we need acts. And the only other act they had was this Chilean juggler. They were the YouTube magicians. Yeah. And they took me to this house and they had all these white rabbits and doves and a big stage and LED lights and just these racks and bags of costumes.
Wow.
I was going through the costumes and I found the red nose and I was love at first sight.
Amazing.
Put it on and I was like, there's something, I just love it. This is what I want to do.
Was that before RADA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Khosi and Dave Have a podcast. I'm Khosi.
And I'm Dave.
And this is
Sophie
Khosi and
Dave Have a
Joans,
podcast.
I'm so sorry. I thought it was you were introducing me.
That's
It's okay.
We can just dive right into
Whatever
it.
this is Sophie Joans.
Literally.
Hello, nice to be on the Khosi and Dave Have a podcast.
Oh,
Might
man.
as well add and Sophie there. She's part of the intro.
It's awesome.
But I mean, it's really great because we have Sophie today and you're an actress. You're a comedian.
Yes,
A
don't forget-
clown.
Yes, yeah, that's the most important
A
one.
clown. I saw Troublemaker somewhere, but we'll dive into that as well.
That was my 21-year-old LinkedIn bio.
I saw it and I was like, okay, Troublemaker.
Okay, awesome.
But I think even before we get into like the present, and the future of who Sophie is, we can just dive into the past as well and really look at how you grew up, where you grew up, and where you got to like being an actress and you being a clown. Yeah, just take us through your life journey,
Oh, wow. Okay, we're diving straight
into it.
Yeah.
I grew up here in Cape Town, very southern suburbs.
Okay.
And when I was 12, I was cast as the acting double for Bindi Irwin, who is Steve Irwin's daughter, Crocodile Hunter.
What?
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
And they made a Free Willy 4 that not a lot of people know about.
You were in Free Willy 4.
I was in Free Willy 4. I know.
Wow. As a stunt double.
As an acting double.
As an acting double. Okay.
So there
acting
was like
double
an
as well.
adult woman who would do the backflips and stuff. She was the stunt double. And I was 12 and basically all the shots you see in Free Willy where it's like a close-up of her hands.
That's you.
My hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I should probably look at it. Look for those hands. That's nice.
Wow. Okay. And then after Free Willy 4.
Well, while I was in Free Willy 4, I was still pretty set on my dream of becoming a women's Springbok. I really liked rugby.
Sure.
Brian Habana was my first crush.
Yeah.
And I wanted to wrestle people for a ball. And then the makeup artist said I looked like Charlize Theron. And then I was like, actually, I want to be an actor. I'm quite grateful to that makeup artist.
Literally.
Don't know if I could do a scrum.
Oh, okay. So is that how you got into acting then?
Yeah.
Thanks to the makeup artist.
Thanks to makeup artist from Free Willy 4.
That's amazing. Okay. So then you go through high school. This is the dream to be an actress. Do you then study acting or?
I did.
Yeah.
Did all the school plays, had lots of fun.
Yeah.
And then I went overseas on a gap year. And I actually studied clowning at RADA, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts.
You
in
studied
London.
clowning at RADA.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a juxtaposition. The Royal Academy of Drama and acting and then clowning. Yeah,
Clowning is a lot more serious than people think. People think kids' birthdays, but it's actually an art.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, go into that.
Yeah.
I want to hear about that.
Let's stop.
Yeah. Let's dive right into that.
I think the wonderful thing that in France, for example, there are two very prestigious clown schools, École Philippe Gaulier and École Jacques Lecoq.
Yeah.
And these are both very famous clown practitioners from like over the last 50 years. And I mean, what I like about clown is as a genre, it does transcend time and culture. There's always a trickster character. But sort of for me, the art of modern clowning, and that is also, I guess, a Western lens of clowning, but it's rooted in vulnerability and it's rooted in the embracing of failure.
Oh, wow.
There's a clown quote that I love, which says, "The clown falls down so that we, the audience, don't have to." And there's something so empowering and cathartic and humanizing when you can share in the laughter of someone failing, being really vulnerable and authentic, and rather than trying to be brave and strong about it, you just slip on the banana peel and cry on the floor and everyone laughs. And isn't that just such a wonderful way to bring joy to the world?
That's incredible. Now,
Wow.
Speechless.
Yeah.
No questions, no words.
And I mean, when you are doing that, do you think the people actually see that, or they only just see like the joke side of it, but do they see the seriousness of also the vulnerability of the clown?
I think laughter is a very ingrained instinct. So you can't, you can force a laugh, but that's a forced laugh. So when people laugh at clown, it's always a laugh of recognition.
Sure.
My favorite clown routine of my own is I fall in love with a smiley face on a helium balloon, and sort of in a very dramatic Italian opera song, sort of go closer to the balloon, and he's got two dental glove hands, and I hold his hand, we get closer, and then we're holding hands, and eventually we kiss, but because it's so fragile, when we kiss, I squeeze a little tight and it pops. And I fall to the floor and cry and scream, and his face is, and I've lost him. Yeah. And it's hilarious. and I think maybe, I wonder why people laugh at that. Maybe it's, we've all experienced heartbreak.
Yeah.
I guess it's also really, really, and that's what I love about clown as well. It's really stupid. Like good clowning. Good clowning is actually super, super complicated and well thought out, but the joke is so silly. And I also like in that way how it transcends language and age. Like kids will laugh at something that adults will be able to laugh at too, if it's really rooted in that authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also something you teach. You do clown workshops.
So for the last 2 years, I've gone to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And it delighted me that in Europe and also in the States, the art of clowning is like the new cool thing. Like here, the stand-up industry is huge. Improv's pretty big. But clowns, people don't know much about clowning. They haven't seen shows. There are not a lot of opportunities for to learn clowning. But in Europe, it's like really cool. Like if you're like, come to my stand-up show, they're like, oh, what are you, 2008? Like all the hipster people who are like winning all the awards in comedy are all clowns.
Oh, wow.
And I love it as I do stand-up and I do improv and I do clown. Stand-up's so rooted in like defensiveness and like if you kill, you do well. If you don't, you die. And if you lose the audience, you have to, like that you can't fail. You can't fail in stand-up. And clowning is so the converse of that, of like you have to fail to get the laugh. You can't get the thing right. You have to try whatever it is, like move the chair, but the chair or whatever the gag is. So that inspired me to start Clown Town, which is turning Cape Town into Clown Town. And we've run weekly workshops since the beginning of the year, and we now have a cult, not a cult, of like 100 people and fill up every Sunday.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's not a cult. We just joke that it's a clown cult because it sounds cool.
Sure. And do you think you have to be funny to be like a clown, or in your workshops you teach people how to be funny in a sense?
I think more than anything we teach people how to show how they feel. It's really easy on stage to try and put up a front.
Sure.
And we often have people who do. They come and they try to fail and they go, oh no, and that's not funny. And then they won't get a laugh.
Yeah.
They feel the shame of not getting the laugh, and then they look genuinely nervous, and then they get the laugh.
Yes.
So it's all about sort of peeling back the layers.
Yeah.
And I found people who aren't even in comedy, aren't even in performance, aren't inherently funny. Just having that space to play and be seen and be really, really silly.
Sure.
Last week we did an animal themed clown workshop, and on a Sunday afternoon in a little community hall, there were 15 adults crawling around pretending to be like all the creatures of the jungle. Like, where else do you get to do that? When else in the world do you get to pretend to be an alligator?
Yeah.
When did you last pretend to be an alligator?
Never. But I'll try it out.
I have 2 kids, so I think.
Pretty recently.
Very recently. I was something very recently. What are the lessons you've learned from clowning that you apply to life, everyday life?
There's this lovely exercise I actually learned at RADA, where you close your eyes and you sort of imagine your body. It's a bit of a meditation, disintegrating into space dust in the cosmos. And then you imagine your body reconfiguring like a bubbling Lucozade being shaken and reanimating, and then you open your eyes at the end of it. The only word you're allowed to say is wow. And everything you have to pretend or truly believe to see everything for the first time, whether it's a spot on the ceiling, and you just wow, and then you start to notice your own body, and your hands can move, and you have toes, wow, and then you notice the other people in the room, and you see each other, and you're like, look, my hand can look at that, wow, and you just have this room full of adults just going wow, and by the end of it, you just feel so ecstatic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think having done that exercise a couple of times, I try. The world is just so much nicer if you just wow everything. And the stupid things, like the bug that got trapped in the car.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I like that. Maybe also the leaning into failure. It's definitely, doing more clown has definitely affected my stand-up. Like when the audience doesn't laugh, I'm like, let's go, guys. Like, that joke didn't work. Fantastic.
Yes, that is awesome. That's awesome. One of the things that I say to my kids is that the most successful people in the world have just failed more than everyone else.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. Because failure is learning.
True.
Yeah.
So that's how you grow and learn, and
you need to make those mistakes. That's true. Yeah. Sure. And I mean, besides also clowning, there's, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Ile, is it? And it's like the play that you've done, and it reflects sort of your story as well as South African Mauritian as well. Take us through that, because you spoke about the Standard Bank Ovation.
Yes.
I know that the Ile won that Standard Bank Ovation award. What was it all about?
But everyone says Ile.
Oh,
no. Literally, I don't think anyone has
Okay.
ever not said Ile. But
Il.
Means island in French.
Okay.
My mom is from Mauritius, and I'd very much call myself a second generation Mauritian. I grew up here, but I often went back, and I spent a lot of when I was in high school, my mom really hated my boyfriend, so she sent me to Mauritius.
Amazing. It's one way. I'm going to write that down. Okay.
It worked. Good call, Mom. And then I went back there on my gap year, and it's very special to have another place and another history and another identity, even though it's a complex identity. The white Mauritian identity. And I sort of satirize it, and I don't want to say berate, poke fun at, reflect upon.
Well, if you own it, you can poke fun at it.
Yeah.
Isn't that part of being a clown as well? You can say, this is me, and this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I think the one thing that always strikes me is because it was only a couple of sort of French pirates and then French nobles who escaped the guillotine sort of washed up on this cyclone-ridden island. Not washed up, they sailed there on purpose,
Yeah.
but there were only a handful of families. So just for generations, we've just been sort of inbreeding with all the extra appendages that results in.
Yeah.
So lots of jokes about, Can I say cousin on the podcast?
You can.
My first crush was actually my cousin and my uncle, depending on which side of the family tree.
Sure.
And no one was like, that's not okay. Like everyone was like, oh, you look so cute together. Ooh, your crush is here. And it's like,
and then
he was my age. I just want to clarify. I know uncle was uncle on the one side, but I don't want the cousin to be the takeaway about ill. The ill was about my relationship with my mom, which is fantastically complex and an endless, eternal pool of inspiration and material, despite her protests. And in many ways, a coming of age story and what it's like to be a young woman. And, you know, when you want a boy to like you, but then you find out he's your cousin, and the insecurity, but also the hopefulness and the optimism and the determination of being 18 and wanting to leave it all behind and forsake your parents, but then sort of finding love and acceptance in the fact that you are of them.
Yeah.
So that's what Ill was about.
Yeah.
I was really lucky. I did it at the National Arts Fest. Got the gold ovation, which opened a lot of doors. Did tours around South Africa at the Baxter and Theatre on the Square in Joburg. And then eventually went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which was amazing. It's like the Olympics of theatre and entertainment, and it's awesome.
And I know you bumped into Eddie Izzard while you were there. Yes,
so let's tell the story.
Tell the story.
It's so cool. Like, screw everything else that happened at Edinburgh. That was so. I was tour managing Rob van Vuren's show there last year, and we were walking down the street, and there was this tall woman in a mini skirt walking next to us, and I said, "Isn't that Eddie Izzard?" Who now goes by Suzy Eddie Izzard.
Oh, Suzy Izzard.
Suzy.
Yep, sorry, yes.
And I was like that, and then he was like, "No, I don't think it is." I'm like, "No, that's definitely the person in all the specials."
Yes. Yeah.
And then she stopped at the late night pancake food truck where everyone in Edinburgh goes to get your late night drunk pancake. And I was getting a drunk pancake and she was getting a drunk pancake.
Yes.
I don't know if she was drunk, but I was. And we stood next to each other in the queue, and I was like, hi. Oh my God. Do you have any advice for a young artist?
Yeah.
And she said, well, she actually said it in such a thick accent that I didn't understand. And there's nothing worse than meeting a hero and then asking them to repeat themselves. Like, sorry, what? But she said, determination is more important than raw talent. I'm determined.
Yes.
So I got that going.
Determination is more important than raw talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Izzard was a street performer in Edinburgh for 15 years.
Yeah.
Before she made it.
Yeah. And before all the movies and before all the...
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. That's amazing. Just before we move on to your new stage show, Netflix, the other story that I know that I heard about, which I thought was amazing, was the Russian circus in Mauritius.
Yeah. I skipped that part of the origin story.
Yes, yeah. If we can roll back to that quickly. Yeah.
That I never it did happen to me on my gap year in Mauritius, but I never kind of got into it because it has to be its own play. But I discovered clowning when one day I was walking on the side of the road in Mauritius and it started to rain. So I hitchhiked. It felt safe there. And then, but prefrontal lobe development, everything feels safe. And I was picked up by this Russian couple who had been big corporate lawyers in Moscow.
Yeah.
And then he'd met her on Tinder and said, I want to run away to Mauritius and become a magician. I've learned some tricks on YouTube.
That's amazing.
Do you want to come with me?
Yeah.
And she said, what the heck? I think as soon as she got there, she realized what she'd done. And they just fought all the time. I hope they're not watching this. And I'm pretty sure they are definitely not together anymore.
Yeah.
But they picked me up, and he really liked Burning Man, and I'd gone to Africa Burn. So we were like, oh my God, yeah, man, we're like brothers, Burner brothers. Yeah. And then I said I wanted to be an actor, and he said, well, we're starting a circus. And we need acts. And the only other act they had was this Chilean juggler. They were the YouTube magicians. Yeah. And they took me to this house, and they had all these white rabbits and doves and a big stage and LED lights and just these racks and bags of costumes.
Wow.
I was going through the costumes, and I found the red nose, and I was love at first sight.
Amazing.
Put it on, and I was like, there's something, I just love it. This is what I want to do.
Was that before RADA?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then later I went to London, and I saw they were doing a clown course, and I was like, whoa, heck, this is exactly up my street. And the rest is history. Now professional clown. Mostly for adults, but occasionally for kids' birthday parties.
Whatever pays more.
Usually kids' birthday parties. When I eventually get a corporate MC gig in full clown costume, that'll be the day.
Wow, that's incredible.
And is it different things for like the kids and when you're doing it for the adults? Or is it the exact same thing? Like the clown
no,
place?
it's different.
Okay.
For the kids, I do some balloons. But for the adults, are you laughing because you've seen what they do for the adults? So basically, another origin story. In my youth, I actually don't think I've ever shared this on the internet. I was a stripper for one night.
Oh,
yeah!
Wow!
Yeah, and it was. Did I break the sound, guy? Also in my wayward youth, and it was also at the time that I got a buzz cut, which I don't know if you know about the kinds of men who go to a strip club. They're not the kinds of guys who go for girls with buzz cuts. So I just remember all the other strippers like getting booked, and I was just like, somebody please.
Someone please come.
Oh no.
That's really nice.
And that moment I realized this deep sense of shame and embarrassment, but of being the only stripper no one wanted, except this one guy from IT. He was a very nice chap. And yeah, I gave him a lap dance, and then it felt too intimate just to disappear. So we exchanged email addresses because that just felt like the right way to say goodbye.
Oh my goodness.
Never know what happened to Tim. Hope he's happy. But it was that moment that like burlesque and stripping and tease is the art of being sexy and art of seduction.
Yes.
And clown is the art of failing.
Yeah.
So burlesque clown is the art of failing at seduction, and that's
amazing.
So I've got a burlesque clown act called Fanny Fantastic. So for the adult shows, it's great to do a clown striptease. 20 pairs of panties. Never ends.
No, I promise you, I really want to see that one.
You should. Of everything I've done, I'm most proud of that. My mother is not.
Is that your favorite?
It is my favorite. It is my favorite.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so your new show, which is out now, Netflix spelled with a PH instead of an F.
Yes, and in fact, it is pronounced Netflix. The H is silent.
Oh.
Yeah, because I don't want to get sued.
Okay.
Netflix with an H. Okay, cool.
Silent H.
So,
Tell us a bit about that. What can audiences I imagine everybody wants to go see all the shows you've just already spoken about.
Yeah.
We do. How would you sell Netflix?
Sophie Joans performs the whole of Netflix in 52 minutes.
The whole of
The
Netflix
whole
in
of
52
Netflix.
minutes.
I think the most shows I've done in that hour is now on like 70,
70.
Oh.
maybe even 80.
You've done 80 Netflix shows in 52 minutes.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? Do you explain them?
I've tried to reduce. Well, firstly, I binge Netflix like, you know that guy who did Super Size Me and then he ate so much McDonald's he wanted to vomit from the smell?
Yeah.
That's how much Netflix I've watched. Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't really, I mean, Netflix is a satirical comment on the way humans have changed in how we consume stories. I think it's a lot more of a passive way, like just with online streaming platforms and the way they're made to make you binge. I've also, just as a theatre maker, done a lot of research onto like the human evolutionary need of stories. Like if you think about it, all we have is stories. Like when we talk to this podcast and just stories. Chat to friends, stories. Kids can't fall asleep, stories.
Sure.
Us can't fall asleep, Netflix.
Yeah.
And when you die, you're just lying on your bed, deathbed. And all you have is like some memories of some stories that in that last moment you can hold on to. There's a lovely quote from this TED Talk that says, stories are the structure that we place on the chaos of existence. And also, like just listening to stories, our brains release dopamine and oxytocin and it helps with memory. There's so many reasons why we're hungry for the comfort of stories.
Yeah.
And that has turned into just binging these American stuff, like even Netflix SA, like the teenage shows, like everyone's wearing makeup and everyone looks fashionable all the time. And which high school is that at? Where are the pimples? Where's the pimples? Where's the awkward puberty? Where's the truth?
Sure.
So I wanted to sort of make a play that on the one hand showed all the fun uniqueness of live performance. So the fact that the audience is very viscerally aware that they are there and I am here and we can see each other and who knows what might happen in the spontaneous liveness of it.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, explore the comedy of trying to perform so many Netflix shows in their most reductive form.
Yeah.
Like the sketch people love the most is when I take a orange out of a black sock and that's just orange is the new black.
Okay.
Amazing. Now, you said you've done as much as 80 shows in 52 minutes. Does that mean it's always changing? Are you...
Yeah, so when the audience comes in, I try to curate the show based on what shows they watch.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I just ask them. I mean, the number one trending shows are always the same. So we always start with Squid Game.
Yeah.
But each night it sort of depends. Sometimes I haven't seen the show they mentioned, so I see if there's a way that it can be weaved in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty different every night.
Sure. So is it then on the spot that you think of these things or you actually rehearse it beforehand?
There are quite a few of them that I rehearse.
Okay.
And then sort of add to.
Wow.
Yeah. What are your favorite Netflix shows?
I'd say Bridgerton.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Definitely.
Bridgerton. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
What was the last thing I watched on Netflix? See, my kids all just watch Paw Patrol or Gabby's Dollhouse. So maybe you could work Gabby's Dollhouse into there.
What's Gabby's Dollhouse in a one-sentence summary, Dave?
Gabby is a girl who can shrink down and go into her dollhouse. And everything
a classic dream.
Yeah, basically all of the other characters are weird forms of cats. So there's Pillow Cat, which is a pillow cat. Then there's Cakey, which is it looks like a cupcake, but it's got cat ears and it's like a cat. And then there's Mercat. I'm talking way too much about cats in this, but that is one of the big shows in our house. K-pop Demon Hunters was a great movie.
Everyone's telling me about it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
And my kids are into the music. And so, yeah, we kind of always playing the K-pop Demon Hunters music. I haven't let them watch it, but they're just still a bit young. But yeah, but the music is cool. So, yeah. It's awesome.
Good to know. Sure. I'll integrate those too.
Yeah. And where can people, where are you performing Netflix?
At a theatre near you. I'm actually going on tour in a week's time to Europe with another play that I'm in.
Oh, wow.
So Netflix is a bit on pause, probably till next year. But then I'm hoping to take it around the country and to Ed Fringe next.
Fantastic.
August.
Now, okay, before we get to Edinburgh Fringe next August, what show are you doing in Europe from next week?
I am in Brett Bailey's production of Faust. It's called Faust X, where Faust is played by a likeness of Elon Musk. And I didn't know much about the story of Faust, but Faust is this really ambitious man who signs a deal with the devil in order to get whatever he wants.
Yes.
So,
wow. Okay. So Brett Bailey is he's an artist. No,
South African director and artist.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
And so, tell us more about this version of Faust. How many people are in it? What's the?
We're a cast of 8. And I think what's been so cool for me is if you ask me like who are the top mask, clown and physical theatre performers in South Africa, they're all in the cast. So as a young actor like entering into the space, it's been so amazing to see the pros do their thing and get to do it with them. It's all in mask. So the show is actually in German. We just did it in Germany in August.
Okay.
But we wear these big masks and the soundtrack plays with the German audio.
Okay, so you don't need to speak German. You just need to just know your marks and cues and things.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Who is the cast? Just out of interest.
Tony Morkel, Iman Isaacs, Darian Thorne, who's a prolific dancer and big name to watch out for.
Okay.
Liesl de Kock, who's an amazing mask performer. Sipenati Maikiso, who's an amazing mover and theatre maker.
Yeah.
And me. And then 2 stage managers, Yusuf and Fundiswa, but they wear costumes and they come onto the stage.
They come on as well.
So it's quite meta.
Amazing. I mean, so there's props, there's masks, there's the story, and it's Faust.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's Elon in case, like, I don't know.
It's not Elon Musk.
It's
a billionaire.
A likeness.
Okay.
The mask face has lots of angular plastic surgery.
Okay.
Jawline.
Okay. So basically, I mean, there's so many billionaires who have got space rocket companies. We could just say it's very much like a billionaire who has a space rocket. Cool. Wow. Okay.
And when like you do these plays, do you actually, because you did speak about determination as well, saying that they did motivate you to say determination is better than raw talent, right? Do you actually see these plays going far all the time? Do you see them being internationally acclaimed, or all you want is to just be in those plays and do what you enjoy doing?
I think with working with someone like Brett Bailey, who's so internationally acclaimed, you know, when he touches something, it flies far and flies high. Personally, when I make a show, I love the Edinburgh Fringe so much. I just always want to go back. I think if an artist is good in their lifetime, when they die, they get to go to Edinburgh forever. It is just the best place on earth for the month of August. So I want to go back there. So I do want to take a show, but I never want to be one of those artists who gets good enough to leave.
Interesting.
I'm not pointing at anyone in particular.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been back, but
I mean, obviously, like international recognition does mean, in most cases, financial stability, which I think is every artist's dream. And that's what also motivated me to make Netflix was I was almost in a Netflix show. It's like first option for a lead role of a really big Netflix series. And I got so excited because I thought I would have a huge paycheck and financial freedom as a theatre maker in South Africa. And it just hit me how much our my fellow artists in our industry who come to this because they believe and they love the art of storytelling and the connection with a live audience. And then like 5 years into the game, you're just crawling from gig to gig, just audition to audition, just hope maybe this month, like if I just get an ad or if I just get into a show, totally lost track of and don't get to actually practice what you love. So international things, you know, that is a wonderful marker of success. But I always want to be here and I always want to live here and I always want to make theatre here.
I love that. Why? I mean, I love that what you just said. But why here?
Because I think because I love it. Like being in Germany last month. I think the Germans are weird.
We can cut that if you want.
No. I don't care if they're listening. But we got something really special here. And also I think I'd like to start to undo that myth that the best thing you could possibly be is internationally famous. I don't think it is. I think the best thing you could be is financially stable in the arts.
That money.
Probably more difficult to do than be an international. Just actually be financially stable in the arts.
I also think the South African theatre is the best. Okay, I'll say there's 1% of bias in my following statement. The best quality theatre and storytelling in the world. Like over the last couple of years, the shows that have blown up at Edinburgh, Dark Noon was one. It was I want to say Danish, one of those
Scandinavian kind of
I think director. So his concept, but South African cast. I mean, if we think of people like Trevor and Loyiso Gola, like the pressure of the coal that makes the diamonds of South African entertainment. Like when I went to London on tour before I went to Edinburgh, I would see all these plays. And I'd be like, that? You got money? You got enough money to make a set design for that story with that acting? Like that story was very student at best. Like it was not unique or gripping, and the actors were like. But well, I mean, there's a festival in London called the Bite Size Festival, and a couple South African shows go there. They actually had the director of the theatre was South African. So he'd bring a lot of South African shows and just take home all the prizes.
Amazing.
Of this London festival every year. And I think that's because it's so hard in our industry and there is no money. So you can't afford to say that your lighting and set design is going to add anything because you aren't going to get lighting and set design. Like my first play was just 2 wooden boxes because that's all I could afford. Still is.
And then that comes back to that what you said about the story being central. All about the story.
Your story has to be really good, and you have to. Your body has to. You have to be able to be captivating with just your hands and your face, and you gotta keep you have to keep an audience enthralled for an hour with nothing. So I think the pressure cooker of that, from what I've seen, South Africans are just great entertainers.
Could it just be like a thing of, like Emily in Paris thing where it's like, because you're from that country, it feels as though everything from that country is good. I don't know if it makes sense, but I just feel like we will always be biased, even besides country, even in like places. Like I'm from Joburg. I'll always say Joburg is better than Cape Town because I'm from Joburg, because I'm sort of used to even the bad things. I'm sort of used to them. And so now when I come here and I see an improvement, I'm like, it sort of isn't a necessary improvement because I'm used to the sort of bad things there in Joburg. So it could also just be like a home thing where it's like, you know, I love South Africa. I'm from South Africa. So I feel like everything from South Africa, especially the industry that you're in, is really good, you know?
There is truth in that subjectivity. However, I'll say the fact that we just keep taking home all the prizes. Like Michael Kay from the Baxter, I don't know if you saw it, The Life and Times of Michael Kay, the Handspring Puppet Company.
Yeah.
They got a Fringe first last year or the year before. I was nominated as one of the top 5 solo female performers at Edinburgh out of 3,800 shows.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Aldo Brinkat, his show The Moon Looks Delicious From Here was like jury's choice in London, and Dark Noon was pick of the Fringe, sold like 1,000 tickets every day for 30 days. So yes, I'm probably a little biased, but
there's stats to it as well.
I do get this. I mean, at least from being in London and Edinburgh for the last 2 years, or around festival time, I do just get the sense that the UK people are like, what the, you mean how? That's so clever. This is so good. Wow. Because they just haven't. I also think that they're in a bit of a bubble of like privilege and, you know, a bit. They're in a bit of a big bubble of privilege. So the stories they want to tell are just like, oh, I fell in love. And then we fell out of love. Oh, so deep. But here it's like, you know, the stories that we want to tell, they're much more pressing issues, and pain is like, I think as a nation, our sense of what pain is like, you know, societally, like individually. Our emotional range is deeper.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm being a bit controversial now. Some of my best friends are from London.
He's just putting it out there.
I love that. By the way, Rich is German. Saying
Well, you don't act German.
I love that. Some of my best friends are from London. It's great. I love this. Yeah, so that's awesome. So let's you mentioned Fringe. Fringe next year. You're excited about?
Yes, I am. I'm so excited about.
What's happening with Fringe next year?
So, as much as those big plays I've mentioned have been at Fringe, like Michael Kay and other big South African productions, it's really damn hard as a young independent artist, probably with no savings, to get to the Edinburgh Fringe. It's bloody expensive. We did an amazing project, myself and our production company, Spark in the Dark Theatre, this year, where a group of us were all very new in our careers, decided we wanted to pull together and run our own theatre at the National Arts Festival in Grahamstown, Makanda. We did, and we raised 120,000 Rand in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Which allowed us to cover everyone's costs of transport, accommodation,
That's
marketing.
incredible.
So that the artists could actually take home their ticket sales. And that was an enormous success and allowed like people to launch their careers and get their names out on the map. And I think that's really what gets me excited at the moment is the National Arts Fest is one, like, it's like the regionals. Edinburgh's like the Olympics, you know, and it really is, you don't know who's watching. Graham Norton watched the play in my venue after I just finished. Like, I walked past him, but he's wearing a cap and glasses, and I only realized after, you know, you bump into Eddie Izzard, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who made Fleabag. She walked past me. I gave her my flyer for my play. She said, ooh. So that's huge. And I think it's precisely because I think South African theatre and comedy is so good that it's a crime that just because we're so far and so poor, we don't get to be in the Olympics. Like, look at the Springboks get all the, you know, they're the top and for good reason. But we are the top too, and we need to be competing with the big leagues. not only because I think we deserve to be on the map like that, but also because nothing has been more influential on my career than going to Edinburgh. It's 4,000 shows, just so much culture, so many new ideas. Like everything I learned at theatre school was like, this is how you write a play, and this is how you get into character, and this is the method, and this is the system. In Edinburgh, because people are innovating so quickly, because the competition is so high, you just get these crazy people who are like, okay, I'm gonna have 50 people locked inside the room for an hour. I can do anything. And the it's just phenomenal. And I feel like at least for my own career and way of viewing myself as an artist, Edinburgh was like an adrenaline shot. And we need to get over there, see what they're doing up there, and come back and be more weird. So that's my mission for the next year, is to take SA's Olympic team of artists, comedians, theatre makers, clowns, to Edinburgh Fringe next year.
Excellent.
Sure.
And I mean, are you just basically saying, like, bring me your ideas, bring me what you want to put on stage, and let's see how we can make this happen? Or have you got an idea of like a story you've written, or something you want to produce and say, like, I just want to take the best actors, put them in my story, and put them out there? Is there a plan?
I think just as the Olympic team has like one from each genre, I think we need a musical comedy act, a stand-up act, a drama, a theatre drama, like a drama play, a one-man show, a clown show. I want to assemble the cream of the crop in each kind of little sector. And we definitely had that at our Spark Hub. That was the name of our theatre at the National Arts Fest. We had 10 new plays, and 7 out of 10 won Ovation Awards.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
These are individuals, like okay, Netflix also won one, but like the
Netflix.
People like Celine Chica, who you should totally get on the podcast.
Okay.
Do you know Celine?
I don't.
Oh, you gotta know Celine.
You'll give us the details. We'll have her on. Celine, will come on the show, please.
She's a dear friend of mine, and I was honored to direct her first one-woman show, Bad African.
Awesome.
She's from Congo, but grew up in Joburg, and does an amazing play about colonialism, capitalism, and queerness.
Awesome.
Hilarious musical comedian. Spuja Dwili is a prolific writer. Like Athol Fugard, step out the way. Like writes the most amazing dramas and captivating, nuanced, rich characters. Siamo Moretle had a show called Filled, which was a puppetry piece that an absurdist piece that explored GBV without feeling like it was another GBV play. Like I think people struggle to deal with that in theatre because it's such a heavy topic, and you don't want to. Oh my God, I could watch that play again and again and again. It was just so lots of talent who deserve so much more recognition than is easy to get.
Wow.
So those,
that's incredible.
We're still looking for more. If you're watching, you think you've got what it takes to go to the Olympics of entertainment. Find me on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. I love that. That's awesome.
And I mean, also just inspiration for someone who is like starting into like this whole entertainment with theater, with acting, with comedy. How do they actually get to be the best of the best?
Blood, sweat,
Sure.
tears,
Sure.
and a need for physio.
A need for physio. And a lot of failure, maybe.
Lots of failure. I think that's the biggest thing and that's what Eddie says with the determination, like a resilience. Like every time you die on stage, you have to get back up the next time. And it's horrible just to offer your best to a room of 20 people and they don't like it. Like it's really, really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's really embarrassing. Like why would you ever do that again.
Yeah.
I think stand-up, I started in stand-up when I was 19. I really cut my teeth there, like bombing. And the only way you can redeem yourself after not being funny is if you are funny the next time, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to go back. And it hurts. It's like when I did Edinburgh, I did a whole month, 28 performances, one show every day at 11 a.m., which in Edinburgh time is like 5 a.m. because you only ever sleep after a heavy night of drinking at 4 a.m. Like most shows started at 2. The karaoke bar only stops at 5 a.m. So I remember that was the first time I was like, whoa, okay, this is the Olympian sensation. Like, I don't know if you use Transact patches. I use them. I go through them like popcorn. They're like those anti-inflammatory patches. So I like bulk buy. You know, you put one on the knee, one on the thing. Corenza C, Med Lemon. Kick the cold that you've developed. Go out there. Another show.
11 a.m. every day for 28 days. Unbelievable.
I remember feeling like, you know, those race cars, and then they stop, and then the team rushes in and they change the tires and they patch it up and they fix the things, and then you go. You know? And those are my Transact patches. I love Transact. If Transact wants to sponsor my career.
Excellent.
I like that.
So it hurts. Like I was watching the rugby the other day. Great game, stunning. But you see their knee wraps and their ears, and you're like, you're injured. That knee's only going to get worse. Chill, bro. Get off the field. But you can't. The show must go on. You got to get. I remember once I was on, I think I might have been COVID, but it was a terrible flu and a fever. And the audience was coming in, and I was lying on a pillow backstage. Like, went out, did the show.
Yeah.
They talk about Dr. Spotlight. Like, all my symptoms stopped. It's fine. Didn't even sniff. Did the show off stage. And I was like in bed for a week after that. But like, it hurts.
Yeah. Driving to the theater when you feel that sick.
So that's what it takes.
Yeah.
And that's what's just to feel like every failure is at least a step forward.
Yeah, and trying to remember that when it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
And knowing that it'll never go away. Like, you'll be like, I got so much better than I was a year ago, and I still might bomb.
Oh, wow. That's painful.
With the wrong crowd, with the wrong jokes, at the wrong moment, you can put a foot wrong. And even if you're an expert skydiver, troops, smash, ouch. But you get back and you do it again. And it's beautiful. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Before we kind of start heading towards landing the plane, I always throw it to the peanut gallery over there. Because generally, one of them will have a question that's just like, oh, I never thought of that. So I don't know if Sharon or Rich has something to ask.
Some of the most memorable shows that I've seen or been to are like one-person shows, or maybe two people. Musicians and whatever, it's the same thing, you know? What is it that is so compelling about like a one-person show? I can remember Rob van Vuuren did a thing called Mung once. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I didn't, but I know of it.
It was awesome. I wish I could see it again. I saw it like 5 times. I was like, please, just do it again. But what is it that makes a show so compelling with one person?
I'm a big fan of the solo show. Most of my shows are solo shows because it's cheaper. Since last year, September, I started running a course because a lot of my friends wanted to do solo shows, and a few people were like, how do you write a solo show? And I was like, you don't, because it's really hard to sit down and like to write your story. I wrote Il because I took an online course with a group of other people, and we did it on Zoom, and it was a solo storytelling course.
Oh, wow.
So last year I started running So You Want to Write a Solo Show as a course. It's like a 5-week course. We've now run 8 different cohorts of classes of like 10 people. So over 40 people have written started writing a solo show and performed excerpts. We end off with a big solo fest where people do 10-minute excerpts. Actually, 4 of those shows have become solo shows. Candice Bernstein wrote one called Earthside, which has been smashing the SA theatre scene. If you get to see it, it's a brilliant one-person show. What I've learned from that, which I think is the answer to your question, Richard, is there's just, I think often when someone makes a one-person show, it's not because it's because they actually want to tell their story. And sometimes it's fictionalized under layers of fantasy or absurdism or distancing technique. It's not you as a character. But I think when someone writes and performs their own show, it's their truth. And I think there's a beautiful purity in that and an authenticity in that. Yeah. And I've definitely, like, from seeing all the solo fests over the last year, we're actually on our last class this week of the most recent cohort. And at the end of each class, people read what they've written. And it's so much better than Netflix to end a Wednesday night with 10 people just reading a short story of their life or something that happened, or their grandmother, or a date gone wrong, or how they got revenge in the divorce, or the how they were bullied in grade 7, or whatever it is. When someone just says what they have in their heart with authenticity, it makes us feel good and not alone. And I think also the immediate draw of visually the solo show, there's nothing else you can look at. There are no distractions. You know, if there are 2 people acting, then you can always compare them. And then they're often if they're acting, they're, you know, you're critiquing kind of like, oh, that didn't feel believable.
Interesting.
Whatever. But a solo show, I mean, you get bad solo shows too, and that's great. But there's just something really real about a solo show. And that's what I noticed from the course. Even when people distance, everyone's telling their own story. Yeah. No one's trying to write even if they're kind of a bit shy or don't want to be vulnerable, and they start writing about a different character, by the end of it, they're always sharing the thing that they want to share.
Sure. I'm truly inspired, honestly. I can see the passion in what you're saying, honestly, because I'm also an aspiring actress, honestly. Only done a few small films. So
you should
I
do
truly
a solo show.
Literally raw, real solo show. That's what I'm going for.
Awesome.
But so I'm truly inspired by the passion, and I know anyone who's going to be listening to this or watching it will truly see the passion in you as well, and maybe strive to have more passion like you, honestly.
This was this has been amazing. You got Netflix, which will be back on the circuit later on this year.
Yeah.
You're in Germany with the Faust. What is it called? It's
Faust X.
Faust X.
Yeah.
Oh, why the X?
I don't know.
Faust X, if you're in Germany. Actually, I know people in Germany.
We actually go in Germany, Luxembourg, and France.
Germany, Luxembourg, and France. Okay.
Europe.
I know people in France as well. Okay, cool.
Do you? Great.
Yeah, I will tell them. Okay, which cities?
Nanterre
in France. And which city in Germany?
Frankfurt.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Faust X and Netflix. And
then Clown Town every Sunday. Every Sunday we have clown jams, and you can just come and play and be silly and fun. No experience needed. If you're shy and you're nervous, it's the place to be. I think a lot of people join Toastmasters because they want to be like better public speakers. But this is a really safe place to come and let yourself shine, but it's okay if you mess it up.
Every Sunday. And what's where is that?
At Theatre Arts in Observatory. But if you follow at Spark in the Dark, SA.
Spark in the Dark, SA. Okay.
On Instagram, we post all of the things we're doing, the solo show workshops.
Awesome.
And then next year, watch our journey. We're going to Edinburgh.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll put all of those details on the show notes on the episode.
Yay.
And in any shorts we release, and we'll
shorts.
Cool. We do shorts. Yeah, all of the stuff will go out there, and then people will see it. So fantastic.
Thanks, guys. This has been inspiring and lovely, and isn't it lovely to make more good conversations happen in the world?
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah,
and learn more in the process as well.
And more South African podcasts. So tired of like American podcasts, American artists. Like
yeah.
South African artists could yap
Yeah.
forever. But so many opinions. Just give us a platform.
Yeah, awesome. No, that is awesome. It's been so hard to book people though. I don't know. Everyone's
I'll give you people.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
People will be given.
I love that.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Sure. It's been amazing.
It's been amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Sophie Joans.
very
That's
much.
awesome.
Thank you, Dave and Khosi.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. And to everyone, please don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Khosi and Dave. It's very simple.
That's it.
And me, if you know Dave, you know.
And Sophie.
And Sophie.
Khosi and Dave and Sophie. For more information about what we do and what's coming up, check out khosianddave.com. You can find us on Instagram and YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Essentially, see you on the next episode.
Awesome. Ciao, ciao.